Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into this installment of Circus of Time Review podcast, where this week we're going to be talking about the tsunami of recent trailers that we've been getting from, it seems like every studio has been catching up with each other. So we're going to talk about that. But of course, as always, before we do that, I want to introduce the two guests that I have on the show today. Both not newcomers, but returning from previous shows. First one we have coming from her YouTube channel. We can find her doing her movie reviews, bucket list. Bucket list, and I had something. Oh, and your top countdown list as well. So we have Maria returning back from CineClubChannel. Returning, thank you. Welcome
Hello.
back.
Thank you.
And and then next one we have another returner. We have you can find him on his YouTube channel doing his movie reviews and rants as well. And we have Lindsey from My 2 Cents of Nonsense. Welcome back.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me on again.
It's always a pleasure to have both of you on. So thanks for returning. We were doing some scheduling behind the scenes inside. We were doing some scheduling the last 3-4 days. So it was a nice juggling of schedules. So we finally got to work. Glad everybody got to make it. But we're going to jump right into it and talk about all the trailers that have been going on over the last week or so. So first things first, the Suicide Squad 2 trailer. Yes, exactly. Suicide Squad, a little background. David Ayer, did Fury, End of Watch. It's coming out August 5th. And then so this last trailer had a pretty cool song. They did a new mixture. It was the Ballroom Blitz, and I don't know what the first song was. Do you guys know what the first song was that they had mixed in there?
Oh God.
No.
I don't know. I like the mixture of it, and the kind of added a little bit more in regards to just some of the action. I guess it had some of the humor, but a little bit more action. So they went to do reshoots. Did you guys hear about the reshoots?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you think about that? Do you think they're actually doing it? David Ayer and Jai Courtney saying they're going to do for just as an action scene, but people were saying they're trying to add more humor to the whole Batman v Superman backlash. We'll see, but what did you guys think? Do you think it's for more action, or are they reacting to Batman v Superman? Maria, what do you think?
I don't know if they're reacting to Batman versus Superman. If they are, it's really a little bit late to change something so big as the tone of a movie. I am hoping they're reshooting maybe some action scenes. That would make more sense than then just trying to make it funnier to please people. And I don't think Suicide Squad should be like a very funny movie like Deadpool. It can have humor here and there, which we did see in this trailer. I think it was pretty spot on. But I definitely don't want them to try and change like the whole feeling of this, because it's like they're all villains, they're all doing bad stuff, and they're working for the government or they get killed. So it really shouldn't be like a super funny movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just bad timing and the announcement of the reshoots. If they would have waited a few months, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But had it been in this little atmosphere bubble, I think, of Batman or just somewhat of the reaction, not maybe like you said, not the full reaction to Batman v Superman. But what about you, Lindsey?
Well, I looked it up. It's Grace. You Don't Own Me is the other song from the trailer 3. Grace is the artist. You Don't Own Me, the song.
Very nice.
But I mean, you can't make a movie by committee. Like, you can't make a movie that's going to make everybody happy. Like, you need to make your movie and do it in whatever way, like the vision behind it wants it to be. Like, if Ayer has a more action-oriented vision of it, you got to go for that. If he's got a heavy comedy one, you got to go for that. Like, if you try and change your movie to fit everything that's happening in the marketplace, you're not gonna have a good film at the end of the day. And Suicide Squad is such an interesting thing that DC is doing, because if there's anything you can knock the Marvel movies for, it's they have terrible villains. And so what's DC's doing is brilliant. Right? Like, they're going in the opposite direction. Like, we have all these great villains. Let's play them up. Like, let's swing into our strengths. Just do it right.
Yeah, and this one there at the beginning of the trailer was them talking about Superman. They're like, what if Superman, came into the White House? Well, who's going to protect him? They didn't mention Batman, even though they did go Batman heavy on this trailer. And here, I'll show one of the pictures that we had was Batman carrying Harley Quinn to the Batmobile. We also had another one where at the end of the trailer they had the Batmobile. I'll try to find that one real quick. And so I think they're just kind of reacting. Just my opinion, I think they're reacting a little bit as soon as they saw that Batman was the biggest, the biggest hit out of Batman v Superman. So they're like, let's get a little bit more Batman footage into the Suicide Squad trailers. Like, let's see this other one. We had the Batmobile, yeah, and at the very end they showed the Batmobile. sliding away. So do you guys think that they reacted in that way, maybe having more Batman in the second trailer, or you think that was just their natural progression of showing, getting people's attention?
Do we know if this is in any way connected to Batman versus Superman?
I
Are
think
we
it's
going
a
to show a lot
I think it's a
of Batman in
prequel.
this?
I think it's a prequel to it. I think so.
Okay.
Like it's set in between Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. Although I could be completely wrong about that. Just
No,
Got
I
it.
don't think
Okay.
I don't think it's after. I think, like you said, either in between or like a certain prequel somewhere in between. So yeah, but they haven't decided what the Batman was going to be like. But yeah, I think this one's going to be somewhat of a prequel.
But I
Okay.
mean, I feel like Batman's kind of always been in it. Like if you go back to like the very first Suicide Squad trailer, there's like a guy with a gun shooting people with like a Batman mask on, like a really fake cheesy one. You know what I'm talking about? Almost like something you'd wear to a kid's birthday party. So it's like there's always been the shadow of Batman. I mean, I guess then the question comes down to how heavy the shadow has been. But
Yeah.
I always feel like he was going to be in there, but yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, sorry, maybe they did change it a little bit.
No, you're fine. No, I just like I said, it's kind of these trailers were came out not too long after the whole backlash. So yeah, I was like, it seems like they're adding a lot more Batman into it, or it could just be for marketing reasons. They just want the general audience to be aware. Hey, you may not be all these characters, but there's Batman and the Joker, so these two people. So come see our movie. But all right, well. That was the Suicide Squad. We're going to hop on to the very next one. On to the next one. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange. So Marvel released Doctor Strange, and that was a crazy one because Doctor Strange is somebody I'm not very aware of. I didn't really read a whole lot of comics growing up either, but I had to read into Doctor Strange to know what was going on. And so you kind of got a good vibe from the trailer of his backstory. What were you guys' overall thoughts of the trailer when you first saw it? Maria?
I'm with you on the same boat. I don't know much about Doctor Strange except for like basic plot points and stuff. So it was like seeing it for the first time. I don't have any what would you call it? Free opinion about it. So I dug what I saw. I really liked that is Cumberbatch. I thought he was a great choice from what I've seen of the artwork. So in general, I really liked it. I know a lot of people were comparing it to all these other movies. I didn't see it, and I think it's wrong to start just backlashing a movie or a trailer just because you think it kind of looks like Inception or this thing. It's unnecessary. I thought they did a good job, and it did what it needed to do. It intrigued me. It showed me a little bit of the characters, and that's all I can ask for.
Yeah, that part here, I'll show you the Inception part.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Oh
yeah,
my god, that's awesome.
That was like when I first saw that, I was like, oh my god, like that, like you think Inception, but it's a whole different angle. It literally a different angle on everything, and so you're like, yeah, I can deal with that. And I guess if you can't tell in the middle there, you can see, I guess two things are flying down the very middle. I guess I never noticed two characters right there. So yeah, I mean that whole Inception part, the comparison, the whole world swirling was cool. Lindsey, what do you think?
I mean, like just like you guys, the only experience I have with Doctor Strange is like he was in one episode of the Spider-Man cartoon I grew up watching, and I just remember this weird wizard guy, and I'm like, oh, that was Doctor Strange. So I know nothing, but I love Benedict Cumberbatch. Like I'll watch him read the dictionary.
Yeah.
So and then you got Tilda Swinton in there with the bald head. I mean, that's her, right? With like no hair, wasn't that Tilda?
Yeah, it is her. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right there.
Boom. Yeah. And that's such a cool shot. She's soul punching him. That's so
well, his reaction too after the fact was like, he had his hands up, like he's experiencing everything for the first time. So you're like, okay, he's getting into it. It's kind of like the Matrix. One thing real quick about Tilda Swinton, playing the ancient one. She's supposed to be Asian. You think, is that something that are you cool with her, being whitewashed, or do you think it should have been an Asian actor, Maria?
I think Tilda Swinton has received the benefit of doing whatever role she wants. I think that's how people are probably perceiving it because she's so good. I do, however, would like it that they would be, loyal to whatever character they have. So if it is an Asian character, why not bring in an Asian actor that can be just as good as Tilda Swinton? Sure, it's interesting that it's her because we're used to seeing her transform, but I would have preferred if they were more loyal to whatever character they're bringing in.
Oh yeah, I mean we already had a similar thing with the Ghost in the Shell with
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson. So granted, these actresses are great actresses. I had nothing against them. It's just that you would think they would have the right set of mind in going into these castings. Like maybe this should go to somebody else, but hey, they want to get paid too. Lindsay,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I mean, it's just it's such a weird issue. Like, The Force Awakens made $2 billion at the box office, and its main characters were a lady and a black guy. Why are we still having this issue? Like, like
And a Latin American guy as well.
Yes!
Like the
Oh
three
my
of
God,
them.
Oscar Isaac! Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Like, why? I don't. I mean, I love I'm with you. I love Tilda Swinton. Like, I want more Tilda, but what about there's so many Asian actors, so many talented Asian actresses out there that could have done this, and they now don't get work. And as amazing as Tilda's probably going to be, there's always going to be that hanging over this performance. This took a job away from someone else who could have really used it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know who it could have been off the top of my head, but it's more than just this movie. Like, it's most movies these days, like Elektra on Daredevil season 2. There was kind of a similar thing there. I mean, they went with more of an Asian thing, but the character's usually Greek. So now there's, I guess there's no real answer, actually, now that I'm thinking about it out loud again.
Well, the studio's argument's always been, oh, it's not proven that, if we use this character, this foreign character, we're going to have the box office. But you just said it yourself, Star Wars made $2 billion with leads who were non-American. So it's like, yes, it was an established, product that, has, fans coming in, but the movie was successful nonetheless. And not only did we like characters that we came in loving, but we left the movie loving those characters too. So it's like, why couldn't this happen with the Ancient One or with the Ghost in the Shell? So yeah, there's no real excuse. It's just like you would think that maybe when the actors who are taking the roles, maybe it's at that point they should be the ones stepping up and being like, you know what, I think this should go to this or this person. But it's just like giving your job away. No one's gonna do it. Right. So.
How cool would it have been if Spider-Man was Miles Morales? Like, I mean, Tom Holland looks like he's going to be incredible, but the internet seems.
They've been a perfect cosplay for me to go to Comic-Cons with, but it's fine now. I understand. Yeah, Miles Morales. I remember that kind of trickled around when they first mentioned Spider-Man coming back, that what kind of Spider-Man could it be, but they have to make it sure, they have to keep it broad and make sure the general audience knows who the hell is Spider-Man, because even myself would have been a little confused when they'd have gone, like, I only know just because, we hear about this type of news so often. So, alright, well, that's enough for the Doctor Strange. Moving on to the next, we're going on to Fantastic Beasts from Warner Brothers. This one's David Yates. He did all the Harry Potters, basically, like half the Harry Potters, basically. The Hollows 1 and 2, Order of the Phoenix, Blood Prince, and then Legend of Tarzan is coming out. J.K. Rowling, or Rowling, however you want to say it, has written this. So we got Eddie Redmayne, Ezra Miller is in this as well, Colin Farrell, Catherine Waterston, and Ron Perlman. So what did you guys think of the second trailer? Lindsay?
Man, I'm a Harry Potter fiend. Like, I couldn't, even if it was a bad trailer, I would still be excited. But it's a great trailer.
They didn't have that dialogue. Just that music was getting like a lump in my throat.
Like, honestly, it could have been just the music and just random images that made no sense, and I still would be buying 80 tickets to see this movie tomorrow. Like, and like on top of that, there's so many nice little moments, like the Muggle-worthy on his, like, the switch on his briefcase.
Exactly.
That's just adorable. And it's the fact, like you said, Rowling wrote it. Why wasn't she writing the other movies? Like, I think this could honestly be the best Harry Potter movie. I mean, that's hyperbole, and I could eat those words horribly come when this movie comes out. But, like, I don't know. I'm very excited, and it's an effective trailer.
Very much. Yeah. Maria?
I'm one of those people who don't really like when a certain franchise ends and then you try to spin it off. I feel like you're trying to push something that might not be there. But when I saw this trailer, it's like you said, it just brings you back to this world that you know so well. The magic, the music, just even the colors. It's really great because you're seeing these characters that you've never seen before. You don't recognize them, but you do recognize the world that you're in and the magic that might happen with it. And it's like you said, it's totally effective. It brings you back, and it made me really excited for a story that I didn't think I would be excited about.
Right?
Oh yeah, and for me, even like it was a good. I feel like it's their Force Awakens. It's like they're reestablishing the franchise, but they're also
Yeah.
bringing back a little bit of the old stuff too. So it's like, okay, let's. And I'm a big fan of Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne, even though he's done nothing but like Oscar bait movies for the last couple years. So hey, you got your Oscar. Now let's get to some other movies. So
Jupiter's classic Oscar bait, right? Like the Oscar bait ever made.
I would have loved to see his campaign, his Academy campaign for the Jupiter Ascending. See what those note cards would have said or something.
Oh
But
God.
some of the things that I enjoyed in the trailer I saw was Dan Fogler, or Fogler, however you want to say. I've seen him in a lot of other
Oh
movies.
yeah.
He's great, so I love seeing that he's in the movie. I'm sure he'll be like a comic relief to some degree. That part where they had the wall. Let's see, where the wall was moving like it did. This part was unlocking, you know, like how they got into the back alleyway and stuff like that. So that was something like a callback to the original, and then also seeing just kind of like all the other. Let's see here. I guess it's too big. But Colin Farrell, seeing Colin Farrell there is pretty cool. I like seeing him. I think, did he have a little bit of an accent? Did he leave his accent in there for this one? I'm not sure. But it's just good to see him, and I think he's going to be more of like he's going to be like a detective of some sort, so he's going to be on the case. So he'll be interesting to see. But I really enjoyed those things. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with that trailer?
Yeah, also the fact that it's in a completely different time. I think we're back, the 20s, the 30s? I don't remember what it was.
60 years before.
Yeah, and
Harry
in
Potter?
New York, we're like a completely different place, a completely different time. I think it brings a lot to that element of magic and sort of that ancient feeling of it. I loved it. It was really good.
Yeah, because we only got short periods of Harry Potter when they're in, the Muggle world, they would call it,
Right.
And they would like have to hide their powers. Whereas this whole franchise is going to be hiding the things that came from Hogwarts and places like that. So it'll be interesting. It's a different turn on that. So, all right, on to the next. We're going to do Paramount's TMNT 2 Out of the Shadows. This is the Turtle sequel that I've been waiting for since I was a kid. This one directed by David Green, the guy who did Earth to Echo. It comes out June 3rd. This one's got Megan Fox again, Stephen Amell, William Fichtner, however you want to say it as well, Will Arnett. This trailer was good. I really did like this one. I liked the beginning with the Halloween part where they kind of were camouflaged, or we can go out and run around with people, but hey, we're ninjas. We don't do that stuff. Maria, what did you think of the trailer?
Oh, I loved it. I'm not happy about it because I didn't like the first one, but there's something about the trailer that makes it so fun, and you really want to go see it no matter what. The Turtles are great. I think they get that sort of brother vibe really well. I do have to give that to them. And they also used a song, I don't remember the name, which kind of brings you back.
The busiest song.
Yes. And it's just fun, and I think it's going to be one of those guilty pleasure movies I probably will go watch.
What about you, Lindsay? What do you think?
I mean, I really did not like the first Ninja Turtle movie until that scene where they're like in the elevator and they like just randomly start beatboxing with all their weapons, and I was suddenly like, oh, okay, this is kind of cute. So I'm kind of like I think that's gonna be my reaction to this movie. I'm really gonna hate it except for like one or two little parts, and like I love that Krang's in it. And that it's voiced by Fred Armisen. That's kind of incredible. Tyler Perry as Baxter Stockman could be weirdly genius or just weirdly dumb. Well, we'll see.
I think it's going to be that last one.
I mean, it's Tyler Perry. I mean, what else do you expect at this point? But yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's Bay Turtles. It's like the Transformers movies, except those are fatigued, I guess. So now they're making Ninja Turtle movies.
Yeah, I think I was a fan of the first movie. I wasn't a huge fan. It was a pleasant surprise, I guess. I was going with very low expectations, and I was like, yeah, this is okay. I wasn't like over the top, but I enjoyed it. Now this one, this is the Secret of the Ooze that came out back in like '92, whatever. This was supposed to have Bebop and Rocksteady, but the creators of Turtles for some reason wouldn't sign off on letting them in, so they had to create Toka and Razor. But now we finally get Bebop and Rocksteady. They showed them on their motorcycles on this last one, which is pretty cool. Them running around, a little bit more images of them becoming Bebop and Rocksteady. We also had images of the Technodrome too. which I think is a cool thing, a cool addition, because that's something that like you never thought you'd see in the movies, and now we're getting the Technodrome in this movie. And when I first saw the first trailer, you see all those parts coming from all the different, around the city flying around. I was like, what is that? And then you find out, I speculated, I was like, that could be parts of the Technodrome, and looks like it does. It's like a shell, but it looks like it's an outer shell of the interior there. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited. And the last thing too that they realized from the last movie was they toned down Shredder. He's a lot less Transformery, less Optimus Prime like. So that's one part I liked when I saw him in the trailer. Like he's the guy's not even wearing a mask half the time, so it's nice that he's just gonna be a little bit more toned down. But it looks like Krang, the guy, the little thing that holds Krang, is gonna be more of like the Transformer. So.
And I like that. I hope that the Technodrome has the big eye on top. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
oh yeah.
Cartoon, he was always this just weird eye that never did anything. Like,
have something. It's gotta be poked out by Michelangelo somehow at some point. But all right, well, that was TMNT. We'll change into we'll segue into a little bit more serious tone. We're gonna go to Fox's Birth of a Nation. Now this movie is it's by Nate Parker. He did Nonstop with Liam Neeson, Red Tails, and The Great Debaters with Denzel. So this one comes out in October, and basically just like a former slave who's kind of in charge of other slaves, or put in like supervisor kind of role. Ends up leading them in the rebellion against some of the slave owners, and mostly the whites. Sorry, Lindsey. But yeah, that's what basically the trailer showed. And it's the first time I watched it when I saw it the other day, and I was just like, you think you've seen 12 Years a Slave and all these other slavery movies, but I think this one's gonna have a little bit different angle, and I think I'm gonna enjoy this one more. What did you guys think, Lindsey?
Well, I mean, I've been interested in this one because I actually know someone in it.
Oh, nice.
He's got a
no
line.
Way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really know him like that well, but like we both did an episode of what's his name? Adam Sandler's friend, Rob Schneider's show, The Real Rob, like a year and a half ago. And
you were in Real Rob? I love that show.
I think I'm in like episode 3. Rob Schneider pokes me in the nipple.
I'm watching it right after this.
That's very specific.
Well, I mean, we were in the whatever. I'll let you see. But a guy that was in that scene with me, he's got like his beard, and he's got a line telling all the slaves to pay attention to this slave. That's Jason. So anyway, I've been following this one for a while. I'm excited as shit. This movie looks incredible, even beside the fact that like it's got ties to the history of film because its name is referencing A Birth of a Nation, which is one of the most racist things ever made, but also one of the most important movies ever made in terms of a technical thing. So that's interesting. And also the fact that it's I don't know, like it's beautifully shot. You watch this trailer and you're like, this movie looks fucking gorgeous. And it's got Jackie Earle Haley in it, one of my favorite underused actors in Hollywood. Like I'm stoked.
Maria?
I actually didn't know anything about this movie. I'm watching the trailer now, and it looks really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you said, I think, you think you've seen everything you need to see about anything regarding slavery in the U.S., especially in movies. Mm-hmm. And it's always nice to find a new angle to it and tell sort of the same story. It looks really good. I'm assuming in October it might be worthy of Oscars. It's like close to Oscar season.
It's like right at the beginning cusp of the Oscar.
Right, like right there, yeah.
Yeah, and the ending, the battle scene where they're about to fight, that's like it seemed like there was a lot of guns on the other side. They had like their mallets and their man-made, their tools that they probably work with on a daily basis. It's like, this isn't going to be even battle, which is basically probably parallel to their lives. Like they've been fighting an unfair battle their entire lives, but somehow they're going to overcome this. So I'm excited to see this movie. I can't wait for it to come out. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a major release or if it's going to be more of an independent, like select city thing. So I don't know. I'm excited to see it. And like you said, you guys are too. So that's Birth of a Nation. All right. Now the next one we're going on is X-Men Apocalypse from 20th Century Fox. Yeah. So we have Bryan Singer coming back He helped write this with Simon Kinberg. Of course, we have Jennifer Lawrence coming back, Oscar Isaac, Michael Fassbender, Rose Byrne, James McAvoy. So this is the last trailer that we got. Not a whole lot added to it. Really, the main thing that was the biggest fall from it was the Wolverine, the ending with the Wolverine. That I didn't know he was going to be in it. Maybe is it something that you think they should have waited on, or is this their natural progression of this is what's going to happen in the movie? What do you think, Lindsey?
Well, I feel like, I mean, it would have been cool if we waited to see it in the movie, because like I mean, I'm always down for saving things like that for the movie. But I mean, speaking from my experience and the people that I've been talking to, people haven't really been getting that excited about the trailers. Like they've always kind of been like, they're not bad. I'm not watching these trailers and going, this movie looks fucking terrible. Oh, sorry, F-bomb. I'm watching this.
Drop them all day.
Okay, for sure. Drop them like it's hot. Gotcha. But I mean, they don't really. They never grab me. And even though it's like weird, like this is exactly what I wanted 10 years ago. I remember in high school, I wanted Bryan Singer to direct an Apocalypse X-Men movie with Hugh Jackman and all this stuff, and I was down. And now I'm getting. Oh, and I wanted Nightcrawler in it again, and Nightcrawler's in it again. But now that I'm getting it, and I'm like, I just it just doesn't excite me as much as I want.
It's like that girlfriend you waited for many years, and now she's here, and you're like, I'm done.
It's the perfect analogy.
That's a great way to put it, actually.
For real, it's like that mild.
It is.
It's like that mild disappointment. Like you're still like excited. You're like, yeah, this happened, but like it's not the way I really wanted, and it's not.
Yeah.
This is not that great. Yeah, I agree. That's the way I felt. This movie's the trailers have been mediocre to me. Like they're good, but they're not like I don't know if it was Star Wars. Like Star Wars, every trailer I was in tears. Like I was like I can't wait for this movie to come. Like but X-Men, I'm like, yeah. Hopefully the special effects will be done by the movie. Or hopefully they'll fix that by the time the movie comes out. What did you think, Maria?
I hadn't thought about it like that, but yeah, it's everything you want at the time, where it's just maybe a little bit too late. And I don't know if it's because there's already so many great superhero movies that have caught our attention, then suddenly bringing back X-Men, it just doesn't have the same excitement that it used to have. I do like a lot of elements of it. I like the Nightcrawlers in it. That's amazing. I love that we're getting more recognizable X-Men that are going to be trained, and it's like more, how can you say, like official X-Men team. That being said, I am a little bit tired of superhero movies and the end of the world and trying to stop the end of the world of this humongous guy who's supposed to be a god. I think more the plot line, it's getting a little tiresome, but I like how it looks. The other thing I don't really like is I'm sick of the whole Magneto and this guy, Professor X thing. Like, you know how it's going to end. I'm sick of Magneto being so pouty and I don't know what I want to be. Like, we know what's going to happen. So I will watch it, and I'm excited for it, but it's like you said, it's like, I don't know, it's not the same anymore.
And you touched on it, too. Like, we're about to, we're going to start getting Thanos in Darkseid in these other franchises, and they look exactly like Apocalypse to someone who doesn't know these characters. Things are going to get so confused and so muddled over the next couple of years. Like, even though I should be excited, I'm almost, terrified.
And I think also the fact that they're mostly Marvel, it's a little annoying. Like, you're kind of getting the same formula in every movie and every superhero style, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, the worst thing about this trailer was, the destruction that they're fighting in, it's perfectly cleared out in the spaces they need right there. You can tell that they just put one or two walls around them and the rest is CGI, and then they have a flat cement area that they're fighting on. I was like, this is just, if they were jumping around everywhere, that'd be cool, but they're just in these one little settings in each one, and you can tell it's this clear CGI green screen in the back. So it's not really, it's not enticing. Maria, you're right. It feels like we've gotten the same ending to every movie over the last few years. So it's come up with something else. Maybe the superheroes deal with having to come up with the funds to put their parents in homes or something. I don't know, real life shit. Maybe it's, I don't know, things like that, as opposed to destruction of Earth. But yeah, I'm medium on my hype on seeing this movie. I'll go see it because it's coming out, but I'm not if I come out and it's better than I thought, I'll be happy. But I'm expecting it to be medium to I'm 50 to 60% Rotten Tomato kind of thing. I'm thinking we'll see, but I'm hoping Bryan Singer can prove us wrong. So
yeah, totally, dude. Bryan Singer.
He almost always does.
Yeah.
It'll probably be better than any of the standalone Wolverine movies, so don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, please, I hope so. All right, well, that was it for X-Men. Now we're moving on to The Founder with Michael Keaton. This one is written by John Lee Hancock, not Herbie Hancock, but John Lee Hancock. He's done Blindside, Saving Mr. Banks, and Snow White Huntsman. So the Snow White Huntsman's a little hesitant, but like the other ones aren't bad. But it's coming out August 5th. We have Michael Keaton, of course, Nick Offerman, Linda Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks, and Scooby-Doo. And B.J. Novak from The Office. So this movie's got a sprinkle of some people from all kinds of stuff that we've seen over the last few years. So after seeing this trailer, seeing Michael Keaton, he's got that little crazy look in his eye. He's got that weird accent going, but I love it. His persistence in the movie, the angle of him, breaking the wall and talking to the camera. I really enjoyed it. I've loved these stories of knowing behind the scenes of how companies or movies and stuff like that get going. Maria, what'd you think of the Founder trailer?
It has a little bit of a Wolf of Wall Street feel. Not necessarily because it's going to be the same style, but like you said, breaking the fourth wall and like this man aspiring to become something humongous. I never would have thought of making a movie about the beginning of McDonald's. I think it's so cool. And I think it's going to be one of those movies that you're not sure if you're rooting for this guy or not, maybe. So, I don't know, just the fact that it's also Michael Keaton doing it, I think he's a great choice.
Yeah, it's the line in the movie, let a, what is it, something in the hen house, chicken and, I don't remember, I'm messing it up badly, but yeah, he don't know if he's a good or bad guy because he's let in on the idea and he kind of takes advantage of a different angle, like he takes the real estate as opposed to partnering with them. Lindsay, what'd you think?
No, I was actually going to say the exact same thing. Like, of all the movies to make, the origins of McDonald's, but it looks so good. And, I mean, I do have one gripe. I can't take, what's his name, Nick Offerman seriously without a mustache.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, I probably will not. Oh, my God, I just saw him. I could not even, I can't. Right. It's like a whole other person.
Exactly. Like, he's a great actor. Like,
you're just expecting a sad Ron Swanson voice to come out.
He has like that buzz haircut as well, just like everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird.
But
no, he comes off good though.
Yeah, totally. And I don't know. This will be a fun movie. Michael Keaton will get nominated for an Oscar. It'll probably get like a Best Original Screenplay nomination, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, let's say, is this going to be, another? This is going to be Michael Keaton's Oscar for this upcoming year? Then is this going to be his run? It comes out when did it come out? August, so it's mid to late years, so it could still be considered. It's not going to be forgotten. But no, I thought the trailer looks cool. Like I said, he has that kind of crazy look in his eye. There's another one where he's cutting the ribbon. It's nuts that, like, his persistence, like he said in the beginning of the movie, is what kind of is the creepy part of him, how he keeps laying into him about getting into the business, but it doesn't work out for them, and he finds a different angle. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, doesn't look like it's gonna have a happy ending. It's gonna be somewhat of a bittersweet ending or some sort. So we'll see. But that was The Founder. Now we're going to move on to the Magnificent Seven. Magnificent with Sony. That one is going to be directed by Antoine Fuqua. He did Training Day, Olympus Has Fallen, Southpaw, and Equalizer, which Equalizer is a lot better movie than I thought it was going to be. This one's coming out in September, and so we have Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Haley Bennett, Ethan Hawke, and Vincent D'Onofrio. This trailer came out last week. I thought it was cool. We've had a lot of westerns. We've had some duds. I thought the last one was Cowboys and Aliens. I thought it was going to be really good. Didn't turn out as well as we thought it was going to be. But yeah, that was a long time ago. There's been other ones, but for me, that was one I had anticipation for. But this one I like. It looks cool. Chris Pratt looks like he's like a Star-Lord in the Western, so we'll see. I kind of wish they would change his persona here and there, since he can be like the dimwit or a different type of person. But Lindsay, what'd you think of the trailer?
So I mean, sadly, I've never actually seen the original Magnificent Seven, so I can't really. I mean, I just have to kind of look at this for what it is, and this just looks like kind of a kooky, fun Western with a really out there cast. So, from that standpoint, I'm down. I'm gonna try and see the original before this one comes out, but Yeah, like kind of like you said, like Chris Pratt, like you could do so much more. You don't just need to be this one thing. And it's kind of funny that he and Vincent D'Onofrio are working together again.
Yeah, I thought that as I was writing the notes, I was like, oh, they're in the same movie again.
Watch that be the twist. Like the Magnificent Seven have to kill the Verizon Wireless presents the Indominus Rex.
Vincent D'Onofrio gets killed by a raptor again
Yeah,
in this
go.
movie.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Maria, what'd you think?
I didn't know there was an original, actually, so that might change my entire perspective. But it truly feels like a combination of The Hateful Eight and True Grit, like that whole vengeance aspect. So, I mean, I think everyone's going to go see it because the names are attractive enough, and it's a concept that it's very familiar and you like. But it does feel like a combination of a lot of movies that you've already seen. And I think Chris Pratt has been wearing the same leather vest for the past 3 movies he's done, I think. Like that brown thing with the shirt, he's been having it in everything.
Keeps asking wardrobe, I'm going to bring it back, don't worry. Bring it back. But keeps taking it to the next set. Yeah, no, you're right, Maria. When I first saw the trailer, I thought of the True Grit with that whole revenge thing with the girl asking for help and things like that. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a mixture. And then you're right, it is a cocktail of different plot points that we've seen over the last few years, or before as well. But yeah, I wish the one thing about the trailer is I just wish that Chris Pratt was like they just went a different angle, because he's already been Star-Lord and whatever his name was in Jurassic World. So it's like, this is your 3rd movie now. Maybe try be like Andy from Parks and Rec or so, or halfway. I don't know, something different. But and then like you said, the cast is Ethan Hawke. I think he's just gonna be like the silent guy, and sadly I think our Indian and I'm sure Latin or any other or Asian guy, they're going to be going first, and then I'm interested to see the movie. I'm just not sure, if it's going to be as well received as other westerns have been of recent. So we'll see. It's got a great cast, and that song, the Rise of the House of the Rising Sun was
I forgot
pretty
about
solid
that.
take.
Yeah.
As soon as that started playing, I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep watching this trailer. So all right, that was magnificent. I can't even say the word. That was we're gonna call it M7 for the rest of this episode.
M7.
All right, so now we're gonna do Neon Demon. This one was, let me try to find a picture for that one. This one's going to be directed by Nicholas Refn. He did Drive Bronson, which is a great movie. I didn't know that was him, and Valhalla Rising. This one's coming out in July, and it's got Elle Fanning, Keanu Reeves, which you haven't seen Keanu in the trailer at all, Jenna Malone, and Christina Hendricks. I'm a big fan of Jenna Malone, so I'm excited to see this one. This is about the modeling, I think, in L.A., where Elle Fanning, her character, makes her way out there, and then she's getting a lot of attention. These girls are jealous, so they're going to do whatever they can to get what she has, or maybe get rid of her somehow. So I think the trailer, the cinematography so far looks amazing to this movie. I think the soundtrack will be pretty cool. What else was it? Oh, the part in the bathroom where the girl was like bleeding from the mouth was like all fucked up. I'm like, oh my god, like was she doing drugs? Was this a dream part? I don't know, but this movie looks a little out there left field, but it does look interesting. Lindsey, what do you think?
I just felt the entire trailer. I was watching it, just like my jaw. I just felt it going lower and lower. Like when suddenly there's a cougar in a hotel room.
Yeah.
Then, like weird drug scenes, and then it looks like she's suddenly like in the Matrix or something like that. Plus, like people are crying glitter. Directed by the guy that did Drive, which was a ridiculously amazing movie. And where the hell is Keanu Reeves if they're gonna save him, but they're showing the cougar in the hotel room? What is he doing? Like,
is he the cougar? Is he transformed? What's going on here? I don't know.
Right? Is he the one crying all the glitter? Like,
yeah, it's intense. Maria, what do you think?
I'm really interested in this movie. I don't know if it's because it's such a refreshing take on something you don't really hear about. It looks really good. I haven't seen Drive, but I have seen Bronson. So I know that the elements are very sort of, I don't know, the dialogue is not necessarily the most important part for this director or this writer, but there's something about the imagery that really sticks with you. And to combine supermodels, which we all consider to be like so beautiful and perfect, with like the darker side of it, I think it's a great idea. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, and we've always known like when they show these types of angles in the model industry, the insecurities that go along with it, and this one really highlights it. Like where even the most perfect looking women in the world have these insecurities. So it's like, yeah, and like here's some of the cinematography we were talking about. Like this one,
Yes.
love that. When I saw that image, I was like, oh man, that's like it says.
So good.
I don't know who's
Yeah.
doing the cinematography, but they do an amazing job. What was this other one I had? This one just looks like an actual shoot. Let's see here. Yeah, and so like these like not even still images. These are just moving images in the trailer, and just like so beautiful to look at, and so that also makes it intriguing to watch. So I'm interested, just like everybody else. So come, let's see, June. Oh, wait, is it July? Is when this one comes out. So just around
Not
the
soon
corner.
enough. Not
Yeah,
soon
so we'll
enough.
see, and we'll see see if Keanu turns out to be the cougar or not. We'll find out.
Right. Watch, we just ruined this movie for so many people
Yeah,
because
people
we
are like,
figured that
oh,
out.
he was totally the cougar the whole time. They told me.
Spoiler.
All right, so now next one, we're getting down the last bit. We're almost there. We're going to talk about Independence Day Resurgence from 20th Century Fox. This one is coming from our old friend Roland Emmerich, our king of disaster movies from 2012, the first Independence Day, Day After Tomorrow, and Godzilla. This man has done it all. He's kind of ruined some aspects of it, but he's also created and done some amazing things. So I can't hate him, but he does do some things amazingly. So this trailer, the second one, I actually like this one a little bit better than the first one. One of the main things that I thought was crazy about this trailer was that little boneyard that they stumble upon in the first one. This
Mhm.
one, what the hell is that? What is that? Is that are the aliens still on Earth and they're like tribal now, or in the trailer they show the aliens are making they have aliens on Earth, but they're making calls out to their friends. So all the little cool plot points are coming out. We got Will Smith's son is actually coming. Is his
Mhm.
son in the movie? Is they finally
Ugh.
announced it? Yeah, he's the son. They finally announced it. They didn't want to make it seem like it was a clone Will Smith. It's his son. But Maria, what'd you think of this Independence Day trailer?
Uh, I was really scared of the first Independence Day. I was really little though. I'm kind of excited about it. I don't know how I feel about movies coming up maybe 20 years later and having a sequel, but I love that Jeff Goldblum is in it. I love a good alien invasion story. The CGI looks really good as well. But I don't know how to feel about it. I kind of feel like X-Men, like it's been too long for you to maybe bring this up, but the trailer looks good enough that I might go watch it.
Well, it'd be better if they actually came out on Independence Day, but it's June
Yeah.
24th.
Well,
So,
you can't have everything.
I guess I don't
Yes.
know I don't know what's coming out on July 4th that's competing, but yeah, you're right. It's a long time, and you never would have thought watching as a kid when we were younger that we would be getting sequels to some of these movies 20 years later. Like that's
Exactly. Like,
crazy.
who are you targeting these for? Because we have forgotten all about it. New
Yeah.
kids are probably not even going to know the references, so it seems really out of place for me.
It's like we're gonna get a super bad sequel in 2027 for no
Yeah,
reason.
what is that?
Why
What
are
is
you getting a
that?
sequel this
Wait,
20
what?
years later? Yeah. So yeah, no, I totally get you on that. Lindsey, what do you think?
Well, okay, so I was kind of in the similar boat. Like, as much as I love the original Independence Day, I had the mindset of we don't need this 20 years later. But then that first trailer came out, and it did something that kind of like so it's the same director, it's the same writers and all that. It's a lot of the same cast, and they're putting emphasis on the trailers on like teamwork and like coming together and like uniting, which is what the original Independence Day is really about. So I got this weird spark of hope, like, oh, this could actually be good. This isn't just a cash grab. They are trying to
They
tie this
know how
in.
to get you, man.
Oh yeah, oh that could be it. Maybe they just
They
really
just
know how
know.
to
It's
get me. Yeah,
amazing.
If they had Bill
yeah.
Pullman's Independence Day speech over this second trailer, I would have cried.
Oh
Well,
my god.
I cried when I heard it the first time.
Oh,
So.
don't worry. I definitely teared up the first one. This one, I would have bawled out. So yeah, no, I did like this trailer a lot. It is bringing out like you said the teamwork. They show like how they're showing how we've taken their technology and advanced ourselves, but it hasn't been enough at this point. The ships that are coming through are huge. I like how this destruction. It's like a gravity thing. Like they pull everything up and then they just drop it back down onto. That's how they destroy everything.
A little Man of
Um,
Steel-ish, but yeah.
yeah, exactly. And then I like the line at the end, Jeff Goldblum. They like to get the landmarks. Thank you. You've only been doing that for the last 30 or 20 years, Roland. Thank you. We appreciate you acknowledging that now. But yeah, I'm excited for this. This is another movie. You know, it's 20 years later, but these trailers, they're kind of doing it for me now. Like now, I'm interested in seeing like they have aliens on Earth. What have they been doing with them? The aliens are calling out to their friends. We have better technology. What is that boneyard that they came across thing? Like all this stuff, all these unanswered questions that I have to go see it to watch to find out. So I'm excited. We'll see June 24th. Hopefully, hopefully it won't be like the same ending. Like they, you know, maybe Randy Quaid comes out of the mothership. He's like, it was just me the whole time, guys. Don't worry about it. So we'll see.
Stop spoiling all the new movies.
Sorry, guys. That'd be crazy. In like 8 months, we've spoiled exactly every movie.
This will be officially the best podcast ever.
For real.
We called it. Like we really
We'll
did.
be rich.
This will be viral in 8 months. All right. So now we're down to the last two. We're down to the last 10, 12 minutes. We're going to rifle through these. We're almost there. Final stretch. All right. We're going to do Jason Bourne from Universal Pictures. This one, Paul Greengrass is doing another Bourne. He did Ultimatum and Supremacy. He also did United 93 and Captain Phillips with Tom Hanks, which is a great movie. This one comes out July 29th, so this is all these movies are just cram-packed right in there. So of course we got Matt Damon back, and Alicia Vikander, and Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones just like he just like picks, he like throws a dartboard, like throws darts at a dartboard. He's like, yeah, I'll be in that one. So he's like randomly in great movies, but this will be another one. And Julia Stiles, 10 Things I Hate About You. She's back. I'm excited to see her.
Finally.
I know. So some of the awesome fight scenes were cool. Obviously, probably the best part of the actual trailer was the knockout scene at the very end, where he let's see, in one punch, boom, sounds like he hit like a metal plate in the guy's face and knocks him straight out. So I think that was one of the coolest part. Maria, what do you think of the Jason Bourne trailer?
Okay, I did like the trailer. However, I've never really been a fan of the Jason Bourne franchise, so I just don't have that emotion for it. I like that they're bringing everybody back. I think it was about time Matt Damon went back again, but it's just, I don't know, it was never my cup of tea. I can't tell you why, though.
It's probably because it's a running joke now that every movie is just somebody being like, is that Jason Bourne?
I didn't consider that.
So that's pretty much the same premise of starting every movie. So yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
I mean, if you're not a fan, you're not a fan. It's fine. This movie is they do kind of have similar plots in regards to the base plot, but they have, what they're dealing with is a little bit different. But Lindsey, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it is a pretty good trailer. Like, I've got like some gripes with this movie and the franchise. Like, this movie didn't want to pay its extras. That was like a thing that happened.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah,
they were that stingy?
Or maybe they were like, maybe it wasn't that they were like actively like, we don't want to pay our extras, but they were trying to get people to volunteer. But it's like, can't you just pay them?
Like, it's like, hey, you're gonna be in a movie, do it free.
This isn't Ben-Hur. They're not gonna have 200,000 extras. Like, they'll just be CGing a lot of them anyway. And then like, I do like the original Bourne movie, but it ushered in that era of shaky cam action that I just despised. So I'm kind of terrified that they're going to do that again, and maybe we'll go into even more shakier cam action movies in the next couple of years. But that's not hating on this movie. That's like my own personal gripes. The movie does look good. That's just my own emotional baggage.
That being said, maybe it started like that, but I do remember really liking, what do you call it? The editing and the directing of Jason Bourne. There's always, I think they do it in this one as well. They do that shot where he jumps from one building to another, and the guy with the camera has to jump right behind him. I think they're much more sophisticated and smoother now. Is Alicia Vikander in this? I think I saw her. I wasn't sure if it was her.
Yep, she totally is.
Really?
Okay, cool.
Okay, then I'm even more excited.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like you said, it's basically kind of turning into like a Mission Impossible, where it's more like you're there for the action scenes, what kind of cool action scene you're going to see, as opposed to story and like what really happens. We're just waiting for that one action scene where like, oh, that's where they put all their money and time into, like like you said, the jumping out the window and following him, that kind of stuff. And then the other thing that's a running joke is Matt Damon's posters all look the same. Whoever's doing Matt Damon's posters is making easy money at this point in time. All he does
the money shot,
the exact same. I mean, they know that his face is the one that sells these movies, so he's one of few nowadays who can actually do that. So Yeah, I'm excited for Jason Bourne, just like you said, to see the crazy action scenes, how intricate and creative they get. Not necessarily for the story, but to see Matt Damon again, and maybe hopefully, I don't know if this is going to be ending or if this is like a beginning of a new trilogy. We'll see. But I'm excited, just like you guys are. So, well, we're finally made it. We're here. We're on the last trailer. We're on Warcraft. It was our last trailer from
Woo.
Universal, Legendary, and Blizzard. 3 damn companies had to put this movie out. So, it's directed by Duncan Jones. You know, is that David Bowie's son, right? Yes.
Yeah.
And
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, David Bowie. And so he did Moon, which is a great movie. Moon, Source Code, another one. I've never seen Whistle, so that one I'm not sure of. Comes out June 10th. And so he also wrote this movie as well, I believe, with another writer. And so this movie, this last trailer, kind of gave a little more insight into the story, because at first I've never played Warcraft. I don't know any of the story behind it, what any of the origins of anything. And so when I first saw the first trailer, I had no idea who the hell was against who was on what side, what was going on. So I was totally just naive to the whole thing. But this trailer does a lot better job explaining why things are happening, why the orcs have to find a new home, why men have to, you know, unite with the orcs, and why this is becoming a big thing. So, and also the special effects in this trailer look a little bit more polished. So I think they are getting to that point where it's looking less Hobbitish, where the Hobbit, I think, was still rendering, in the computer when they released it. And
yeah, probably.
And then whereas this one, I think they're finally finished up and things look a little more cleaner. But Maria, what do you think of the Warcraft trailer?
I'm really interested in it. I also never played Warcraft, but I had a brother who's younger, and so hearing about it was constant. But I don't know what it was about. I never knew, so it's nice to have it out in the open in a way that's accessible to me, that I can understand this world. It looks amazing, and I definitely want to check it out. And I just don't know if fans are going to be... I don't have that perspective of, you know, being a fan, so it would be nice to know what someone who's played it will think about this movie and how they handle everything.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of one of those things. Maybe with Batman v Superman, there's a little, maybe too much Easter eggs some here and there, but we'll see. You know, Lindsey, what do you think? Are you familiar with Warcraft coming in?
I mean, I am and I'm not. I'm not an expert. Like, I've played a couple of the Warcraft games when it was like a real-time strategy, and I don't really want to admit how many hours I've put into World of Warcraft. It's a lot.
Hey, if it's over 10,000, you're a master, okay? Just admit it.
Actually, I don't know if it's that much, but it's a lot. So I know the story a little, so I kind of like where they're coming from and what they're doing. I like how neither side is really the bad guy. They're both just trying to do what they think is best, so it's kind of like Dawn. That was the second Planet of the Apes, right? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So which is cool. Like, anything that reminds me of that's good, because that was a good movie. And the CGI does look pretty good, although, as someone mentioned the other day, that the orcs' heads are too small for their bodies, and now that they've said that, like, every time I look at their image, I'm like, oh my god, their heads are kind of tiny.
So they look like the Mario Brother movie guys?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like, oh, hey,
it's not that bad.
No, I know. So, I mean, and I want video game movies to do good. I want there to be a good video game movie so we can get the Metal Gear video game movie, or... I don't know, a Final Fantasy movie that doesn't suck. So I want this movie to be amazing and make it $2 billion at the box office. And it probably needs to make $2 billion to be considered successful, because they have to divvy up that cash 3 ways.
Oh man, yeah, that marketing budget, they'll get you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so no, you're right. I hope this is a launching point, because they just announced that Borderlands got, you know, they're going to be doing a Borderlands movie. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Yeah, I think that was just today they just announced. So and then looking at the special effects, like I said, this shot looks a lot better than it did a few months ago. Like, you can just tell it's a little cleaner. Before it looked a little fuzzy. And so these are some of the shots I'm talking about where you can tell, okay, they're finally getting these things rendered, whereas before it was just like, get it out. We need people to know about this trailer. Just get it out. But yeah, I'm hoping this is a launching point for more games. Of course, we're all waiting for Warcraft and Assassin's Creed as our, you know, please don't suck movies, you know, so we can we're gonna continue getting movies. We just want them to be good. Please just make them good.
Fun fact about Assassin's Creed. We still don't have a trailer, but you can pre-order a special ticket for $1,200 that gets you a crossbow.
I'm ashamed that I'm even thinking about it.
Yes! I'm dead serious. I mean, if you want the crossbow,
what kind of marketing is that?
Wow. It's video game logic. It's precisely...
That's like the $32,000 Kobe Bryant like hat that they had for his last game, and a ton of people bought it too.
Yeah.
They sold a ton of those. I was like, damn, people are idiots. But yeah, hopefully Blizzard and everybody comes through for this Warcraft movie because a lot is riding on it other than just it being a good movie. You know, we want other movies to follow along and get the budgets. It's not just the quality, but we want to make sure that these movies get the right budgets because budgets get slashed real quick as soon as these movies start failing. So this could be the last big budget one for a while if it doesn't perform. So we'll see. Fingers crossed for Warcraft, but we made it.
We made it.
We did. All right.
How many was that? Like 10?
We did 8 or 9. I think it was probably 8 or 9. I can't remember. I tried to count it before. But thanks everybody who tuned in today. This was an amazing show. We got to talk about a lot of the trailers that came out. A lot of these movies are coming out very soon, so keep an eye out. You may miss one. If you do, it's not our fault. We told you all the dates. But I want to thank my 2 guests on the show today for coming on. Of course, we had our scheduling conflicts, but we made it happen. So I want to thank Lindsey and Maria for being on. Let everybody know where they can find you. Maria, where can everybody find you?
You can go to youtube.com/CineClubChannel. That's where I post, movie reviews every week or top 5s. I compare books and movies and decide which one's the best one. So yeah, if you like all of this stuff, then go ahead and subscribe.
Boom. Hey, go ahead, head over there. Do you get any upcoming projects coming up this week or so?
Well, I wanted to do a video of my dysfunctional relationship with Game of Thrones, so it's going to be a bit of a rant, but it's all, in good fun. So that's probably coming sometime.
Are there going to be tears in this video?
No, there might be a lot of anger, but I think everybody can relate, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, so for sure. All right, well, everyone go check out our channel. Lindsey, where can everyone find you?
I'm at Twitter. I'm at Lindsey Pank, and on YouTube, my 2 cents of nonsense. I make silly little videos about movies, and the title is very applicable because of the word nonsense. Right now, there's not much going on because I've been working on a short film that'll hopefully I'll have up on my channel at some point in the next month or so.
Nice.
Other than that, it's funny. Last time I was on, I talked about I was doing Daredevil episode reviews, and I never finished those, but I'm about to start getting back to that. Daredevil season 2 is just not as good, man. I couldn't finish it.
I've heard mixed feelings on the second compared to the first. So hey, it's all right. At least you announced it, so that means you have to finish it.
Boom, there you go. Yes, that's right. I will finish it.
You're on.
You can see him. You can see him in Real Raw poking his nipple.
Yeah, there's that too.
I'm turning on Netflix right now. I'm gonna watch that. So, all right, we're gonna go check out Lindsey on his stuff, and we'll hopefully when the short film comes out, let everybody know where they can find it. And then for me, you can find me Search the Time Review on YouTube and on Twitter. Of course, we have the podcast keep going. I just actually did a Now You Know bio, which is of course going to be short bios on actors that we've had in the past or now that you may not have heard of. I did Rick Moranis and I just did Steve Zahn, so go check that out if you haven't seen him yet. And yeah, we'll have the next episode. Might be the Star Wars episode next week, so stay tuned for that. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, and be excellent to each other, and see ya.